Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another Rag Company podcast where I'm back. I don't have my mask. I can breathe again. We're better off.
Good.
I may have a hack or a cough or two, so I apologize in advance.
If
but
you
anyway,
cough
I'm Dane
once-
to my right, Levi Gates.
Dane, we're going to make you put a mask back on if you cough once.
If you cough
Dang
once.
it. Okay, and to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, everybody. So, guys, housekeeping. What's going on?
Well, yesterday, in case you guys maybe missed it, the best way not to miss it is to make sure that you're always signed up for the Details newsletter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And checking your email every day, especially on some of these holidays. We had a Boxing Day sale.
Oh, not technically, yes.
Snuck up
It
on
was
it.
on Boxing Day.
It was not labeled as Boxing Day, but it was, in fact, a 20% off discount, almost everything, at theragcompany.com. It was basically
Just a
for the
one day.
people that didn't get what they wanted,
Right.
right? As for everybody got a food processor and said, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted a Rag Company swag and gear and towels and detailing stuff. And that was their opportunity, right? Maybe because I got some cash to spend. We wanted to say, hey, here's an opportunity to get what you actually wanted.
Right.
But you only have one day.
Only one.
That's it.
Got to get it while you can. So that went great. We had a good little sale yesterday. So thank you to everybody that saw that, purchased, bought some stuff. This is the last week of the year. Last week of 2021.
I can't believe it.
It's weird how fast this year's gone.
It is. So it is. So I will.
Right?
It went
feels too fast.
For me. It went fast, but it also went slow at the same time. I guess like in the moment, I was like, yes, this is a pretty long and eventful year, right? But then at the same time, it's also another year affected by the pandemic,
Right.
That has changed. It's still kind of in that weird gray area.
Yeah, it changes it a little bit.
But we'll talk more about that here in a minute. I do want to say though, on the housekeeping topic, today is we have 1 day left to apply to be a Q1 Grand Ambassador for 2022. So please, if you haven't applied, go apply. Go onto Instagram. You click on the link in the bio that'll take you to the application. We already have many applicants, right?
Yeah.
But it never hurts to have more because after tomorrow, I'm yanking those down, and we're going to start judging.
Get it in. Get it.
And we are still working out the final details. Me and Levi need to sit down and have our own meeting, one-on-one, right, to figure out the final details for our Grand Ambassador of the Year prize, right? The game plan, the prize. Yeah. And we have one particular idea in mind, which I think will be a super big hit and be awesome, but we just have to make sure that it lines up correctly and it works out. So, but other than that, though, apply to be a Grand Ambassador if you ever already bid one. If you've been one, sorry, you can't apply again, right? I'll make a rule eventually to where maybe like every 3 years you can reapply.
Oh, okay.
Right?
After a few years, I think you're eligible.
I can't
gals
exclude them forever,
they want
right?
to be back in the, they want to be back in the fold. But the point is, once you're a Grand Ambassador for the Rag Company, you're always a Grand Ambassador.
You're always a Grand Ambassador, and
it never goes away.
There's definitely more than a few who treat it that way, and that as they should.
Hey, we appreciate it.
And I do agree. I just think that that is kind of unfair, right? To think that how many years need to go by in order to be able to reapply. I have to figure that out.
Right.
It's definitely more than 2, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's just we have so many new faces that apply. It's like I want to give everybody a good equal opportunity to become one. So, but that's what I got for housekeeping. Nothing too crazy this week. We don't have any more sales this week. Don't worry. So nothing to be surprised by. But
just in case, subscribe to the Details.
Yeah, just in case you might want to subscribe. And then in terms of new products, right? I don't know if people saw, but on theragcompany.com, you can now buy gallons of Dream Maker that are available.
Yes. Big deal.
And that is a big deal because we have the exclusive at this point in time. And it's the gloss sauce, man. Yeah. Like, how much gloss sauce do you need? All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
The other thing is clay towels.
Yeah, are now
Everybody's
back
been
in stock.
asking. When are clay towels coming back into stock? They're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy cow.
That means you can start off 2022 with a fresh, new, ultra
with
clay
a fresh
towel.
clay job.
Oh,
yes.
Give yourself a clay job
I'm
for the new year.
I'm thinking about going and getting one today just because I need one. It's been years.
Yeah.
Feels like it's
I
been
need
years.
one
It's
too.
only been like 9 months.
Yeah.
10 months.
No.
But still,
Yeah.
feels like forever. So I'm very excited to get in on it.
You use yours and you abuse yours.
I love to use it and abuse it.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. It lasts a long time.
I know.
But mine was, almost 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
I finally gave up the Ghost, and I had to put it out pasture.
Yeah.
So
I need to pick one up too.
They take the hits.
But that's exciting though, right? So pick up clay towel, pick up a gallon of Dream Maker, right? Because at this point in time, it's gonna be the freshest, right? Straight out the batch. Yep. Pick it up while it's good, and get to using it. And we're excited for you. So
super excited. Ozzy Bear has a question. Yeah. Is that the Crown? Your Dixon?
This is the Reagan.
The Reagan.
The Reagan. This has
the Exorcist one.
Correct. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of purple on the tag here, or a little bit.
We're both
green.
wearing our Halloween Dixons.
So I got my gangrene, which is like
Dane, you got gangrene?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Was it from the cold, or was it from?
Dane left his on his desk.
Yeah.
So, but we've all got our Halloween Dixons. On today. So,
speaking of Dixons, I need to probably.
I ordered the Dynasty last night.
Did you? Yeah. I didn't know which one was that. The red one.
That's the purple one.
Oh, I haven't seen
the red one's.
The purple
Speed
one with the squares, right?
Yeah.
It's a black, white, and purple. It's a sweet one.
So I ordered that one last night. I thought about the SoCal Speed Shop one.
Yeah.
It's a pretty color. I love that color. It's got the SoCal logo on it instead of the Dixon. So I'm my dad the other day rocking the new Hate Breed.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, whoa, when did you get that? And he's like, yeah, I got me a new one. I'm like, how the heck did you get that? And Julie goes, you got to be quick, my stepmom. And I was like, yeah, Julie, I know you got to be quick to get these.
I know how this works.
I told you about
I know how this works, yeah. Then my dad got an aim high for Christmas. That's cool. So he was very excited.
Well, what I was going to say is that I need to go through probably, sell off some ones that I don't wear as much. It started I want to say.
You took a picture last night.
It's starting to get kind of ridiculous. But I gave one of my flannels. I never given one a shave, a straight razor shave.
Yeah, I need to do that. That's my goal this year is to give all my flannels a shave.
So it's a process. So Dylan Von Kleist of Rupes USA, right? We love him today. Expert.
He gave us a class. He literally gave us a private class.
He was like, I shave all of my flannels, right?
Yeah, I think we.
Do you know how long it takes to shave a flannel?
At least I'm going to say there's probably about a 20-minute investment in each shirt.
Oh no, it's like grooming an animal.
Longer than that.
Really?
Longer than that. With a razor, you are probably into shaving a flannel for like 30 to 45 minutes. I went through 2 razors and it was ridiculous. 2 razors and my fabric shaver, and it made a big difference. But I'm like, I literally had to look at myself last night. And I said, I am shaving a flannel shirt.
Yes.
Why?
For the love of the game.
No.
Yeah, for the love of the game.
Why am I shaving my flannel shirt?
Because you want to look fresh and minty.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's so like pilled.
Rather than pilled and linty.
It's like but some of the flannels pill more than others though.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like this one has a very limited.
It's a pillar. That's
pilling.
A pillar. No, that looks like it's pretty pilled.
It is, but it's far limited than some of my older ones. Remember, I've got some from 2017.
Yeah.
Goes back a ways.
That are starting to pill.
Yeah.
So I need to go over them again, especially like my Devil Dog, the very first one that I bought.
Worth some money.
I need that one to look its
so
best.
Anyway, so let's jump into a couple comments here. Dane, what do we got? We have some people popping in. Here. Ooh, Gabriel says, wife is the best. She gave me $300 to spend at TRC and a Bissell Pet Pro extractor. Holy smokes,
very
man.
Nice.
Monica coming in.
Then we got
Ozzy Bear's putting together a Viper chair too. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pat Welsh. Hope everyone at TRC had a great Christmas. We did, Pat. Thank you very much.
Christmas to you too, man.
Alex making sure the same.
Alex, as always, appreciate it.
Then Hans here. Who's kicking whose rear, Anthony? Dane at it again. What is this in reference?
I don't know.
No, Dane. The only Dane kicking does is downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did kick Anthony's rear last night in the drag race, but
that is true.
The new house, he's going to be in fine form for kicking people down the stairs.
Well, no, it's not stairs. It's the driveway.
I made sure because I currently live in a single level, but now in this new house, I have stairs indoors and outdoors.
I'm excited.
So if anybody acts
for the
up,
quads.
Indoors or outdoors,
right.
I got stairs waiting for you, buddy.
I'm excited for Dane's quads. He's going to be coming in after about a month, and we're like,
oh no,
geez, Dane, he's wearing shorts, and we're like, dude, and he's got
your calves are like massive.
I mean, I don't want to brag.
I mean, I'm going to say that's an impressive feature. So
honestly,
nice.
walk on like the balls of your feet, trying to the balls of your feet, trying to get up that driveway, right? Yeah. You will have calves of steel, right? Like you do like several sets. It's going to be crazy.
Or just weigh like 270 pounds like me, and the natural mass of yourself acting on your legs will
here's
give
what you do.
Legs. So when I do lose weight,
too.
I got some legs to carry.
Here's the thing you do too. Drive up, park the car in the garage, and then say, I'm going to walk down to get the mail.
Yeah, exactly. Take the garbage down,
maybe
get
you
the
and
mail.
Liz, maybe you and Liz make a rule. This house, we always walk to get the mail.
Well,
just a touch of exercise.
A little coffee shop just up the way, perfect for like a little stroll.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. I think you're going to really love that. I think you're going to love the mornings.
I feel like the exercise will be canceled out by the coffee shop because it's like, well, I walked down to get the mail, which was good, but I got 2 muffins.
All these pastries. Oh, no.
I got a sack of pastries, and I made it back up to the top, and then I enjoyed all of them.
I just rolled down the hill to get back there again.
What you do is you end up creating a cut through. And you're I found a fast way I could cut through it.
Well, like, there's a plot of land next to me, but there's nobody on it. It's like, just walk on it.
And find out who
Dane,
owns it.
that's where we're going to bury the bodies have our bonfires.
Very excited.
I mean,
not in any particular order.
That gets kicked down the stairs survives. That's not the problem. It's just there's a liability.
Good.
Ozzy Bear's chiming in, says, putting together my Viper chair while listening to the Tal Trio. It's like the second Christmas. think basically enjoy the experience, Ozzy Bear, right? When you're putting together that Viper chair, how everything goes together, it is a good time. I saw a video of it online once, right? This guy made a really cool kind of like assembly video.
Oh, yeah.
I was sold on it.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Black and red. Yeah. Which one did you get, Ozzy Bear?
I watched a video where a guy did it live, but he didn't read the instructions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he kind of did it wrong, and then he had to take it back apart and put it back together. It was like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Had some of the people from Viper Chair actually pop on.
Oh, send me the link.
To help. It was great. It was a good time.
Comment below if you're a person who actually reads the instructions included with things you buy, or if you go, I can figure it out myself, and you just do it anyway. All right, we've got Tyler here.
Merry Christmas, TRC crew. Got some Spectrum 420s for Christmas and can't any wait to use them. I don't know what they're saying. Any wait?
It just means can't wait.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Dane, this isn't a Q&A, so we do have to start talking about stuff
We're
here
just
soon.
answering a few. So now into weekend time. Although Ryan wanted to make sure he said he's sorry he missed the Q&A.
Thank you for
we appreciate you volunteering,
Ryan.
though.
Great.
That's fantastic.
So speaking of volunteering, speaking of giving, giving to those that need it, big, huge shout out to the winners of the Give to Get Brooks.
Yes.
Andy Steely.
Yeah.
And who was the other one? Raul? Or
Paolo?
Paolo won, each got a pair of Brooks. So Andy texted me, sent me an email with his choice of Brooks. So, Paolo, I just need you to send an email to levi@theradcompany.com with your choice. Color, make, model,
to
what you want on the
everybody
shoes
who
on
did
brooksrunning.com.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and everybody that entered. That was super cool.
Nothing went to waste.
We really appreciate it, and that was nice. That was really great. And we're going to try it again later this year, I think. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, you know what? On that note, guys, who wants to start our weekends?
Well, I had the kids. This, we had kind of a big weekend with the children.
How was your Christmas weekend?
Well, I forgot to give Nick some pictures and video, but my kids had a great Christmas. But Friday, we ended a little half day early here for Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. Nice little morning. We bought some goodies and I helped ring up everybody. Yeah, that was buying Christmas gifts and stuff.
Nice.
So we head over to my dad's for Christmas Eve, right? Get there, have ourselves wonderful little dinner, pizza. Papa Murphy's Pizza. It's just
take and bake.
Says Christmas like a
take
good take and bake. So we're at my dad's house, and he's like, Carly made her little sausage biscuits, her little cheese sausage biscuits that are just insane.
Just the sound of that alone.
It's so good. Dane, I think you and Anthony both love them. Now,
those are three of Dane's favorite things.
Kind of like a
sausage,
cheese,
and biscuits.
So here's the way we work, Dane.
Hush puppies.
Here's how we're going to do it.
Put a little gravy over that, Dane.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
You don't even need
I'm not
gravy. You
putting
just need
gravy on
butter.
that stuff.
You
I
love
tend to like
gravy.
them raw.
So they're gonna be meatballs. So let me set the scene here. We're gonna
With
take
like a
some
side
sausage,
sauce.
right? Pick whatever type of sausage you want. Could be
Italian.
turkey sausage, could be pork, could be Italian, could be a sweet sausage.
What about kielbasa?
Could pick a kielbasa.
Kielbasa.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
you
I
could
said.
pick that. So you're gonna take that sausage, right? You're gonna add some biscuit and pancake mix to it.
Yes.
Right? Sprinkle some of that in there. Maybe about a cup of that. I don't know. This is just me making up stuff.
So cheese.
So
factor in
sausage, Bisquick,
Yeah.
there? Okay.
grated cheese.
Yes.
Whatever type of cheese you like. We did cheddar.
Okay.
So
Is the
grated
sausage
cheddar.
already cooked at this
No,
point?
it's just raw. Just fresh ground sausage.
Okay.
Perhaps to my
Right?
taste, a Colby Jack or a
Perhaps-
pepper jack or
you could-
a sharp cheddar. By
Dane, you
Tillamook
could
or
put
something
any
along
type
those
of
lines.
cheese you
Yes.
want. That's the
Okay.
beauty of these.
I would like
Yeah.
smoked Gouda.
Okay.
Smoked Gouda
Shaved
or,
smoked
or
Gouda.
Tim's Munster. Oh
Ooh,
man,
Munster's
that was
delicious cheese.
Wow.
So then Carly takes Parmesan.
Okay.
Put some Parmesan cheese in there as well. So now we've got two kinds of cheese. We got
Yes.
the biscuit and the sausage. We roll them together, get them all mashed up together,
Okay.
make some little meatballs.
Ooh.
Put them on a baking sheet.
So these are like meatballs, but they're dough and meat and
They're dough and
cheese.
meat and cheese.
Oh,
So
dear.
you mix them together, right? Put them all on your baking sheet,
Yeah.
and I'm sure she added some water or an egg or
Yeah.
something
You
to
kinda have to,
binding to mix the Bisquick and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to ask her. Perhaps I'll
Thicken it
post
up
it
a
on the
little
TRC podcast discussion group. I took
Yes,
some pictures
please
of them.
elaborate.
But basically, you take them, put them on the baking sheet, put them in the oven, 350 for 17 minutes. Take the remainder, put it in the fridge. Bake your little balls, put them on the thing, get your thing out again, put them on there again. Put them on the greased cookie sheet. Pull them out and just set them in a plate or whatever you like. Butter. Eat them. They're amazing.
Really?
Oh,
Let's just say Carly and I bought extra sausage solely so that we could continue to make these throughout the holiday season. We only ever make them during the holidays.
I was
It's
saying,
something that
why stop at Christmas? This sounds like something you can.
they
just
are a
take with you
delicious,
anywhere.
delightful thing that
They work in the middle of summer. I don't
simple, easy to make, and they're just great. They're fun, and you don't realize how many you eat. You eat about 6 of them, and it's pretty crazy. So we made those.
Yeah.
Took them to my dad's party. My sister and her husband brought some sticky buns, a Gates family recipe that my grandmother used to make. So they made these sticky buns that they're just delightful. And one
Okay.
thing that doesn't say, it's not a holiday without those.
Yeah.
My family, that was like a staple at every holiday party.
Of course, yeah.
And so had that, opened gifts, hung out, traded out the gifts. Kids went crazy.
Yeah.
My kids just ate it up. They loved every bit about it. Then brought them home. And what Carly and I do is we had them put on they already had their pajamas on. We had them go to the bathroom, take their melatonin,
Yeah.
and we said, we're locking you in.
Oh, wow. So you
And-
locked him in the bedroom.
No, we shut the doors.
Okay.
They weren't
And then
physically
you
locked.
wedged something under
No,
the
we
door.
took paper,
Okay.
wrapping paper,
Oh, I see.
and we wrapped them inside their rooms
Yeah.
Oh.
by covering their door frames with wrapping paper.
Okay.
This does two things.
Yeah.
Gives them something to look forward to in the morning because they get to bust through the wrapping paper,
That's
fun.
But
Then also,
it also
know.
creates an alarm system
Yep.
Yeah.
to make sure that they don't sneak out of bed when you're trying to set up the Christmas items and goodies and things like that, right? So we did that, put the paper on the doors. What happened? We get all the stuff set up. I work on the bikes, get the bikes put together and all that kind of stuff for the kids, and my wife gets her stuff. And anyway, we get everything done. It's midnight.
Yeah.
I go, so you want to watch a movie? And Carly's like, no, you kidding? It's 12:15. I want to go to sleep. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it was 12:15. She's like, we didn't get home from your dad's till like 10. I was like, oh, man. So we go to bed, wake up to Augie's low blood sugar alarm.
Oh.
He's at
What a great alarm.
He's at a 42, dropping fast.
Ooh.
Not that's like the emergency situation, like
Good
crap.
thing there's a holiday with all this
Yeah.
candy.
No,
that just spike 'em right up.
it was a like, jump up, grab some apple juice,
Jeez.
run to his room, and realize I've taped him in.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I bust my hand through the paper to the door, kick the door open basically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
With my foot, and I yell, "Oh, guys, wake up!" And he's like, and he's
You're dying.
literally what I'm saying, because the hardest thing is
You
when
think
he's
you're
that
tired, but you're dying.
when he hits that low. Not only is it hard to wake up a 7-year-old,
Just in general.
when they're dead asleep, but when they're at that moment,
Yeah.
like it's always like there's always this
Double
fear in my
whammy.
mind, like, oh, he won't wake up, and we've got this red shot
Yeah.
that we keep that's a glucagon shot for these.
I was expecting like an epinephrine thing.
No,
or
it's
something.
it's a glucagon. It's
Okay.
pure sugar in a shot
geez.
form, and so I always I'm like, this is the moment. This is when I have to break that out.
Yeah.
Like to wake him up.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah. And that's literally what's going through my head. So I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, "Wake up, August! Wake up!"
Oh my gosh.
And he gets up, and I was like, "Climb down your ladder!" And he's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I was like, "Here, you need to drink this apple juice because you're low."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Is it time to open presents?" And I was like, "No, drink this apple juice
Go back
and
to
now
bed."
go back to bed." And he was so upset. He was like, "What?" Like, and he had drank the apple
It's
juice.
very alarming.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, just climb back into bed." And he's like, and so like
disoriented.
15 minutes later, he's banging on his door and he's like, "Can I get up now?" And
Yeah.
Carly and I look at each other and it's 6:15 in the morning and we're like, well, I guess our Christmas is starting. So we get him up, get Hadley up. Carly gets her phone out. Hadley yells out, "Can we have Christmas music playing before we come out of our rooms?"
She wants to set the vibe.
She set the vibe, right? And Carly's like, Carly yells back, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to get this phone to pair with the speaker right now in the living room."
Oh man.
And she's like, "Just hold on." And the kids are like, "We're waiting." Anyway, it was
What's
great.
my cue?
Yeah. They came out, loved their presents, had a great time opening all their gifts, seeing the stuff that Santa brought for them, and then the gifts that we got for them.
Yeah.
Had a blast. Augie got his giant ultimate garage T-Rex that I sent you guys a picture of. It's just very
It's
exciting.
amazing. Amazing.
I had to put that together that day. Then about noon, headed over to my mom's. Had a great little feast at her place. Tamales, enchiladas, some rice and beans.
Chicken enchiladas.
Just delicious evening. Just a lunchtime kind of lunch at my mom's. Opened some more gifts. Kids had a great time. We had a great time. Super easy. Went back.
How's she liking the new place?
Loves it. Loves her new
How
place.
beautiful
Oh,
is
gorgeous.
that? Well, how beautiful is it now with the seasons changing with that mill?
Her little back patio.
Yeah.
There was that spot that didn't have grass. They put in sod, so it's all nicely grassed. And then having the snow falling, and the neighbor next door that has the little water wheel.
The water wheel.
They were gone, so she had their fence open. They're gone for the week, and my mom's taking care of her cat, so she had the fence open so she could see it. Beautiful, covered in snow. It wasn't spinning, but it just
That
looked pretty.
covered in snow, I need to see that. I bet you that is some majestic,
Oh, it was gorgeous.
mythical.
Her whole area is just a nice little place.
It's
Love
beautiful.
that little place. So it was fun. We had a good time, and then I was falling asleep on her couch because again, when we got up, we opened gifts. Carly's mom had came over that morning about 9:30. And then Carly went and took a nap after that and slept for like an hour and a half. And then we got dressed and went to my mom's. So I had been up since 6:15. I'm sitting on the couch in my mom's, belly full, tamales and enchiladas.
It was like, oh,
Yeah.
stomach.
And I just fell asleep
Yeah.
on the couch. All of a sudden, Carly woke me up. She's like, "Okay, we got to go." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You're falling asleep while your mom's talking to you." I was like, "Oh, sorry." We at home. I take a nap.
Sounds nice.
Sleep for a couple hours, get back up, got the kids. Let's go. Let's figure out what we're gonna eat. Let's just hang out. We just played with the toys and put stuff together.
like
Simple
fun.
day, right? And then Sunday, wife and I had gotten tickets to go see Hamilton.
Well, yeah, you did.
So we went 1:00 showing,
Yeah.
Morrison Center. So
Kids go or no?
No, just me and Carly.
Okay.
Took the kids over to my parents. My mother-in-law came over and she watched the kids while we went. So my sister-in-laws got us these tickets. So Carly's two sisters, and just a spectacular show. Carly and I are huge Hamilton nerds.
Yeah.
you love
So we were very excited to go and just had a blast. Really good show, and just had a lot of fun. And then simply just came back home, had a easy evening, and then came in this morning. So all in all, nice little weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend for the first, going to be welding up the new move bumper for the Suburban. So it's going to be that'll be fun. I'm excited for that day.
Doing that in your dad's shop or at your house?
I'm
or
doing
what?
that at my dad's shop.
Nice.
Excited to see Ragnarok 2.0,
It's gonna
right?
be nice.
Ready to
Gonna
rock
be
and roll.
badass.
Yeah. it'll be
Thanks to
fun.
our friends over at Move Bumpers.
MoveBumpers.com. Use the offer code Levi15 and get yourself 15% off your very own do-it-yourself bumper for your vehicle, truck, SUV. You can get running boards, headache racks, front and rear bumpers, different styles, different designs,
Winches.
everything
Yeah.
at MoveBumpers.com.
They have winches?
They don't have winches, but
Oh.
they make bumpers available with a
For-
winch
with a
mount
winch mount,
or
yeah.
without a winch mount. So pretty cool feature. So I'm thinking after this front bumper, I might do the Embark rear bumper next. That way I've got a matching bumper.
Sydney has a question for Anthony.
I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Anthony, did you drive the tiny car in the snow?
I thought about it, and I thought, this isn't how I want this new car to crash. I don't want this.
Kind of wanted
I'm
to
like,
try it,
I
though.
wanted to bad. I love driving that car. I'm not gonna lie. Seriously,
car.
it's great.
Tires
but
on it are garbage.
The tires on it are so bad that I'm like, it's not worth it, man. So I drove the truck today. Wasn't as happy, but you know, what can you do, right?
Well,
Okay, so that was your weekend.
Yeah,
right?
not too
Wrap that
bad.
up. Not
Yeah.
too bad, right? So I guess we'll pass over to Dane, right? The great Dane.
well,
what did Dane do?
mine was also fairly low key.
JB.
Shout out to Levi here. Congrats.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Okay.
like that stuff. I actually got it myself.
Recommend
and
you
I'm
go
a
check
big
them
fan of
out.
it, too.
Well, JB, I'm a brand ambassador. I
Yeah.
hope whoever got you those gifts, use the offer code Levi15 to get 15% off those Beard Struggle products. That would have been amazing.
Valhalla's, is it Valhalla's?
Valhalla's Gates.
Valhalla's Gates. Great scent, right?
Viking Storm's my
Viking
favorite.
Storm.
Odin's Virtue.
Yeah. Odin's Virtue.
Well,
Dane
because
loves that
Viking
one.
Storm, I think, was based off of the scent of Creed Aventus.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
that
When I got in
explains.
today, a little Viking Storm and
Yeah.
my beard.
Sets the
delicious,
mood.
Delightful.
It's nice.
Anyway, Dane.
So, obviously, last week I was a bit preoccupied with hacking my lungs out, not feeling great. But it was just a cold. Got tested negative for the big C, all that business. So it wasn't that, fortunately. But a lot of sniffles, a lot of sore throat, just not fun in general. But you know what I did to take my mind off of it is actually all last week I was basically just powering through my house, taking stuff out, putting it into boxes, organizing it, taking it to storage.
A lot of packing.
Doing all this stuff because I was like, well, okay, I could sit on the couch and feel miserable and be stuck alone with
Well, you're
my
getting that
thoughts
house
feeling
ready
miserable.
for sale, right?
Or I can do something productive
Right.
and actually make something happen while still not being around other people because no one wants to be around the guy who's always like, it's
Oh
not
my
fun.
God.
So,
Yeah.
well, that was for a fact.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, handled all that, got a lot done. My garage is almost completely empty. It's very close. Like you remember you saw on the tour
Yeah.
just what a
What'd you do with all those Need for Speed
it
games?
was. Yes, they are all safely tucked away in my storage unit
Ah.
now for now.
Well,
But
say keep it.
Yeah.
That
I
Mac,
moved-
that Mac box, still have that one too?
Yes, I actually saved that one
Wow.
because it's just one of those ones I feel like I need to save it and I don't know why.
Well, that
I
you
just-
never know. That could end up in an antique store someday.
Yeah, I feel like it, and I have the original computer that came with
Oh,
it, so
wow.
I have the pair. But
That's pretty good.
it's just the problem with that particular MacBook Pro is that the battery had a propensity to balloon up and turn out like, you know, those hoverboards that caught on fire and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's those lithium batteries. Yeah, these MacBook Pros, the 07 kind of 08 ones, they kind of ballooned up and had similar problems. So yeah, finding a replacement battery is never fun, but you can do it. Anyway, skipping all that, I just took stuff down to storage, made a lot of trips, made use of the big truck while I had it because I've still got it, but I just got word today from the guy that he got his loan approved, but it's for a smaller amount than what he originally thought. So he's giving me cash plus the stuff he got from his loan plus the, car or whatever. So we'll see how that all works out.
There we go.
I'm very curious to see how that pans out.
We
It
are
should happen
all very
today
curious.
or tomorrow.
We're
Worst
very
case,
excited.
tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I'm open to it. As long as it happens by then, we're good. And then I have the makings of what I can use to pay for my house and do all that stuff as I transition into that kind of thing. So I'm really curious to see how that all works out. But anyway, Christmas weekend. we had a nice low-key Christmas Eve with my folks, and Kelly and May Lee came over, and we had ourselves some, as Anthony would call it, seafood fantasia.
Yes.
Just it's like a
Levi's
tradition.
favorite. It's got a mixture of shellfish along with fresh fish.
There's halibut. There's
This makes my stomach
scallops,
gurgle.
Shrimp.
There's lobster.
Shrimp.
There's crab. All with fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's seafood fettuccine. It's kind of like my mom's tradition because we grew up near the ocean for a lot of our stuff, and her mom grew up in Maine, so like lobster was a big thing. So they'd often have seafood fettuccine on like Christmas Eve or something. That's kind of where the big like dinners tended to gravitate towards was seafood. Which for some people I understand may sound a little odd. People are like, what about the ham? What about the turkey?
Oh, forget the ham. I'm all about the seafood.
Well, my family had Papa Murphy's. Take him.
Yeah.
And that's okay too.
Because nothing
Whatever
says
you
Christmas.
do,
Take
that's
the
your
Hawaiian.
thing, and that's okay. So ours, seafood fettuccine on Christmas Eve. That's just a thing we do. And it was a wonderful night. Chill. We watched Don't Look Up, which was a lot of fun, actually, despite being kind of a depressing movie in a sense. But it was fun. And then we also just kind of had a little nice time around the fire, just kind of shot the breeze, just had a good time getting to, together with family. It's something that you really want to cherish. And when things are rough, it's nice to have a little bit of time around folks where it's just kind of chill. And that's always been our thing, is just lower key holidays. We're not looking to have like an insane, madhouse when we're hanging out. It's just a chill environment.
What did Corey do for Christmas? Was he by himself?
No, Corey was with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corey was with us.
Corey was there.
I got my dad his gift. Rather than wrapping something and giving it to him on Christmas Day, I just brought it over early because I'm like, okay, I've had a hard time figuring out what to get him. But I know he recently got a really cool decanter to have up at their cabin, which was actually my original idea of what to get him for Christmas, but then I gave that idea to somebody else who was a Secret Santa. And that person ended up giving him that, and he really, really, really likes it, apparently. So
he was very
apparently
excited.
I just kind of knew what was going to work.
Honestly,
But then I thought about it. I was like,
Crazy.
you know what? Why don't I give him something to put in that decanter? So I got him
Diet Pepsi.
a very nice Macallan 15-year Scotch.
Oh, wow. That sounds nice.
Pretty nice.
There's two
for
things
anybody
Jeff
who
likes:
knows.
old Scotch and tequila, high-end tequila.
Yeah.
So gave him that, and hopefully it finds its way into the decanter. If it doesn't, well,
Can you put tequila in a decanter? Because I remember
think so.
we had one year at SEMA, right, where Jeff goes out to like Costco or something. We went to Costco.
Well, so
and he
to
comes.
set the scene, for those that don't know, Vegas, Nevada has no tax on alcohol.
Yeah.
And where Idaho has a tax. So alcohol is much cheaper, which is why a lot of people would go to Nevada to buy large quantities of alcohol.
Yeah.
Come back over because you don't have to pay the sales tax on it. And so Jeff goes to Costco, finds a number of great items because they sell liquor at the Costco in
Idaho,
Vegas.
the Costco's can't carry liquor.
Right.
We have liquor stores, and that's a whole separate entity.
Yeah. So he goes and buys. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys have no idea." He shows up with a lot of liquor,
Dude, like he came
more
up with
liquor
that,
than needed used
that
for
giant thing of Patron, and he's like, "Do you guys want to crack this thing open?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
Well, we laugh because
I will.
We laugh because when he went, we divided and conquered.
Yeah.
Some people needed to get some different, like some extra shorts or something that they forgot they didn't pack. So some of you went to Ross. Someone went to the grocery store to get some small things, and someone went to Costco. Two people went to Costco to get.
Keep in mind,
the big
Carolyn
items.
is not around yet, right? So we were
there's-
all left
and
to our own devices.
Technically, there's going to be
It's a
13 of
dangerous
us.
interim
13
period.
of us living in a house for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
So we get food, we get breakfast items, we get things like that, cereal and protein shakes and everything that we need just in the mornings or
Bananas,
snacks.
just like thoughtful stuff.
Snacks that we can put in our bag when we go to SEMA so we can have stuff throughout the day. So, but Jeff this time, because we were there, he saw all, and he's like, "Oh, well, we've driven down, so we'll just load the
back.
vehicle. We're driving back up to Idaho. I might do some shopping for my own liquor cabinet, This will be
holds
fine.
well. It
yeah,
stays
he's like,
well.
it stays. It's transportable. This will be great. So he shows up and he unloads all that, and we're like, all of us are like, Jeff, this is a lot of alcohol for only. I think there's only 10 people here that are going to drink this anyway.
He's like, no, this is for back
and he's
home.
like, no, this is for back home, and we're like, this is a lot of stuff. We're only going to be here for a few days. Like, but it was just funny. So, but
anyway.
he did. He bought a big bottle of
and
Patron.
a big part of it is we're not necessarily big about going to the casinos and having wild nights or anything like that. So you just have that stuff back at the house.
Yeah,
that's,
but
that's
it was
the
just
move.
it was comical because it.
Oh, it looked excessive. For
So
sure.
you got him his scotch, right? He was
So I got
excited
him his
about
scotch.
that.
He was excited about that. Very nice looking bottle, presentation, box, etc. And just had ourselves a lovely Christmas Eve, hanging around the fire, watching the snow flurries.
I heard
occasionally.
Cooper and Callie loved the dog biscuits I gave.
Callie was there as well. Callie had a good time.
Good.
Callie was happy to be around Cooper, who's unfortunately losing his hearing now.
Oh, no.
Cooper the shop dog. He barks at a lot of phantoms now because he doesn't necessarily
Dane,
know
he
what's
has
going on.
always barked at phantoms.
I'm saying it's more than usual.
He would be asleep under my desk,
Yeah.
and he would just bark all of a sudden at nothing and scare myself.
And to add to this, Maylee and Kelly, my aunt there, she has this Chihuahua that's been on its deathbed for the better part of half a year.
No. It's
And
so
this Chihuahua
sad.
is like shockingly lively.
Oh,
Despite that.
spry.
But Gia is her name. And she'll occasionally have these like weird kind of fits of like, you're not sure if it's coughing or wheezing or what it is. And then when I ask, I'm like, is this okay? They go, oh no, that's just her dying. And I'm just like, oh my God. And they go, it's kind of haunting, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah. And she's just, and they're like, that's just her heart literally palpitating. I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, but we can't do anything outside of that. That's just where it is. And the vet has said, like, okay, it's either this or, off you go to the farm in the sky. And they're like, well, they check with her. But she seems, when it's not happening, she seems perfectly happy and content and loves being around people. So it's like, okay, she's still capable of walking, doing all that stuff, can think for herself, can hear. So it's just that, unfortunate thing. You have that balance you got to figure out. Like, okay, poor dog, what do you do? But she seems happy enough. And funny enough, the thing that's kept her alive this whole time, that's like opened up her blood vessels and all that stuff to make her actually capable of doing all this, Viagra. That's doggy version of that has kept her lively, which they all just laugh about. They're like, well, who knew that'd be your savior? But there it is.
Okay.
I'm sure it saved many people.
So delicious seafood Fantasia with a dying Chihuahua that was on Viagra.
Yeah.
But you know what? All the dogs get along. Big
that's
dog,
good.
little
No, that's
dog,
good.
All...
So we were going to take Watson to my parents.
Yeah.
And we decided to leave him at home. And looking back, we probably should have taken him. My parents were like, why didn't you bring him?
No, people are excited to have pets around on the holidays. So. It's like a nice little, like, cozy support animal. People are just chilling. Yeah. It's nice. But, had a good time. That was basically our Eve. And then, moving on to the next day, we had Christmas where everything kind of, did its normal thing where we have our morning, where it's just my parents, my brother, myself, Liz, and we all had our little present opening deal. And I got a bunch of stuff that was actually kind of cool. It was from when my folks went to Talladega almost this time last year.
Oh, wow.
So they had some like really cool trinkets and stuff in there, like hats and like, pajama pants and stuff like that. But just stuff that actually came from Talladega. So that was neat. Yeah. I liked that. And I got a new car to put on my desk. So that'll be fun too. But yeah, other than that, it was very low key. I got my mom the nicest spa package I could at the Two Rivers Spa.
Very nice.
I got her like a full setup with the massage, the facial, the pedicure, the manicure, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just like, you've had a long year.
She
and
loves
things
that
have been
too.
A little rough at times. So I want you to go and treat yourself. You enjoy it. Have a good time. And she was very excited about that.
Oh, good.
So I was stoked to have that happen. And then for my brother, I thought kind of an interesting thing, and this is not like a Groupon Living Social thing. I like actually sought out like, okay, let me look up the best spa I can find in the area and have her go to that one. So really wanted to make sure it was like as good as I could get her. And then for my brother, I also had the same idea where I'm like, you know what? He would never buy himself a spa package. I want to put him in that environment and just have him experience that.
Oh.
So I found there's a place called Spa Urbana downtown that's near where he lives in his apartment there. I thought, this will prevent his ability to like say, I don't want to. It's like, no, it's right there. Go do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said, you pick the
'cause
one
if
on the
he-
website.
If you pick the two rivers, he'd have to drive.
Yeah, and
they'd
then
be
it
like,
wouldn't
well,
be as
I'm running out
likely
of
to
time.
happen.
It's a little
In this case,
harder.
I'm like, literally, look at their menu, see what appeals to you. Perhaps a hot stone massage or something along those lines.
Like that.
You pick it, I'll buy it. You go enjoy it. It's something you wouldn't do for yourself, but if someone else is, paying the tab, maybe you'll consider it.
Yeah.
And I thought he's stressed too, so he could use that, and I thought that'd be nice.
Oh.
Then, of course, the scotch from my dad. My brother ended up getting me a massive beanbag chair to use in my new
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
microfiber.
I
Is it a love
literally
sack?
have.
So,
I
I did the
told
same
you that.
thing.
I said beanbag chair.
Yeah.
And it's stuffed with like old mattress bits.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
it's not a normal beanbag
Yeah.
chair.
No,
Like,
Dane, they're
my
great.
experience of beanbag chairs is like those crappy
The old
leather ones
80s?
filled with like rice or beans
Yeah.
or whatever, and they all
So
just blow
I had a
up
love
everywhere.
sack back
Yeah.
in 2008 when they had that place in the mall. That's basically what they are. Giant,
Oh yeah.
giant
love sacks
microfiber.
love sacks were
foam.
great.
They
It's
were
like
amazing.
Build-A-Bear, but a beanie bag
Yeah,
chair.
massive. Loved it. We had it in our home. We bought a couch and a matching love sack to match the couch. It was
Yeah.
great. Carly and I loved it. We were first married. We
Yeah.
had those two things. Great. So much fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened to it. I think we killed it in a move or something, tore it. Anyway, we ended up trashing it when we moved to our new house the first time. I have wanted one of those ever since we got rid of it because I loved that
Well,
chair.
it's memory foam.
It's
inside,
memory
which blew
foam.
my mind. I
So
sat on it and I was like,
comfortable.
oh, it like molded to
Oh,
you.
Dane,
wow,
there.
that is.
So,
Yeah, very cozy. very comfortable.
so I started looking on Amazon.
He got me
And I
the
set it up
4,
there.
the 5-foot bag.
Yeah.
Apparently they make them.
They make them in an
bigger.
8 and a 10-foot.
They turn into
yeah.
a sofa at some point. He said.
So I was like, "Oh, Carly," and I was looking on my Amazon feed and finding these companies that had them, and she was like, "I'm all for that. I want one. Where would we put it?" I was like, "Up in the theater." She goes, "We need to get rid of the big couch if you want to do that." And I said, "What if we take the big couch apart because we have one part that's still a couch,
Yeah.
and we get a couple of these bad boys, and
Fill
now
in
we
the
have a
blanks.
couch and
Yeah.
these two things." Way more fun. I would prefer
As
to
long
be
as
on
Augie
these
doesn't
beanbags.
stab it.
I would prefer to be on the bean. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's my concern.
yeah,
Is
it's
that
literally a soft item that just looks
stabbing
right for
or
stabbing.
breakage? Somehow he hurts himself.
Oh no.
Somehow he hurts
So
his sister.
my brother showed me. It's basically like a zippered
Oh,
bag,
yeah.
which is the body.
Well, and then
the
you can buy
microfiber
more foam if you
goes
wanna make it
over
firmer.
another bag that
Yeah.
contains all the foam. So there's a barrier in between, just an air gap
Yep.
essentially, so that you're never going to have one spill out into the other. It's totally contained, and that way you can wash it easily. Because obviously, if you've ever learned anything in your life, never put a memory foam anything into the washing machine unless you want to flood your house.
Right. Yeah.
I learned that a long
you
time
did?
ago as
Oh.
a teenager. Yeah,
Oh.
that was bad. That was bad.
But the point is, you should be able to buy more foam too. If you want to, if it's
Yeah.
like too soft or squishy, you can buy a few pounds of foam.
Yeah, and
fill
basically
it
you just
more.
kind of like calibrate it.
Yeah.
So very cool.
I'm excited for you.
My brother got that for me, and I was so excited when I saw it because I just kind of walked past it thinking it was just a thing my parents had at their house. And I'm like, oh, hey, we're going to watch the movie. Grab this. And they all started laughing. I'm like, what? And they're like, and they're like, Corey was going to put a bow on that, but because it's just sitting out. Like,
Yeah.
it was just natural there. Like, oh, I want to go sit on this beanbag. And they're like, Merry Christmas. It's yours. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, that
Nice.
was fun.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And our Christmas was just spent with that. But we had Maylee and Callie, and we had a Bob and Gwen in, too.
Nice.
And we had ourselves a lovely dinner. But I will say, in between those, on Christmas Eve, I saw Anthony responded to one of, like, our group texts or whatever. So I knew he was still awake, even though we were leaving my parents' house. It was like, what, 10:30?
Yeah, about 10:30, 11.
10:30, 11. And I knew he wanted that seafood fantasia, that seafood fettuccine that Mom had been making. So
I did.
I said, hey, Mom, if you wouldn't mind. And she goes, I'm on it. And she, like, made basically a dish, put it into the Tupperware, gave it to us. And I'm like, I'm going to go drop this off on our way home, Liz. Do you mind? She's like, no, it's on the way. It's totally cool. So we did. We went, stopped in your driveway. You opened the garage door. You came out looking very like, so it's like, okay, here you go. And then that was that. How was it?
It was amazing. It was so good. I was so happy when Dane says, "Hey, I'm going to drop this off. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I'm like, what a good night, right?
That's awesome.
So I got to enjoy the seafood Fantasia, right, on 2 different occasions because
that's not something you want to wait on.
Right.
no,
yeah,
it's fish. You want to eat it. You want to eat it.
Right.
It's good. And so yeah, no, it was amazing. And I'll just like hang out around their place next Christmas Eve, maybe like outside, right when they toss the scraps out like the olden days, right? I'll just
Caught
be
it.
there like.
Yeah, just waiting.
Just trying to catch it with my mouth if I can because it's that good. Or maybe they'll just put it in
It'd be
Tupperware
nice.
again
You'll have
for
your
me.
fingerless gloves, a
Oh, yeah.
beanie,
Yeah.
perhaps a scarf and a tattered coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out by the garage.
Can I have some more, sir? Can I have some more, please? Some
Patches
more.
on the elbows.
Trying to stay warm.
Some more.
Oh,
It's so
man.
cold out here.
Okay, so basically, that was my Christmas. That wasn't Christmas Eve. I almost said New Year's Eve. We're not there yet. And yeah, it was just a very low-key, chill time. It snowed. It was lovely. And I got to test out the new snow tires on the van, which worked great. So
Nice.
happy about that, too.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, that was my weekend. Everything else was spent running between the house and storage, just continually moving things until we get to that all-important day later this week, possibly next week,
Where he
when it
gets
all pans out.
the
So I am
keys.
crossing my fingers.
Gets the keys.
gets
I hope
done.
it's a Hello Kitty key. I think that we need to
It's
take
not
his
real
keys and
to
like
me.
and
Go
like
down to Home Depot, get one of those.
when,
Yeah.
when people ask, it's never real to me unless I have the key in my hand.
Right.
Like until that point, I don't believe it's real.
Yeah.
So
it's
I'm
gonna
just
be real,
holding out for
Dane,
that.
and it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, so
House party.
Anthony, how about your Christmas? How was your weekend?
Thank you for asking, Dane. So, my Christmas this year, right? It's obviously my daughter Lucy's first Christmas, right? So it's exciting, but she's still, she's 2 months old, 2.5 months old, right? She doesn't really know what's going on, but she is obviously she's starting to get more and more personality each day, right? And it's like now she's smiling because she wants to smile, right? And it's like, I can't take it.
Yeah.
I literally can't handle the feeling of love I have within me. It's like it's exploding, right? Whenever she smiles, and so it's the cutest thing. So she's been on this smiling kick, and she's smiling all the time. Probably she's like, "Oh, you guys look weird now that I can see you, right? Now that my eyes are kind of working a little bit better." So, but yeah, so it's her first Christmas. So we still want to make it good, though, right? Take pictures, photos, videos, and whatnot. So on Friday night, right, on Christmas Eve, we did get out early. And so on my way home, I went and picked up some stuff, some things, right? So I picked up, some supplies. Actually met up with a friend at Coins for a small period of time. Got to talk with him because I haven't seen him in a while. Everything went really good there. And then on my way home, I picked up some ribeyes, right? Got a sous vide machine for my birthday, right? I've been dying to try this because I don't even know how to use the dang thing, right? But I'm thinking if it was meant to be, I should be able to figure this
You've
out.
had like meats cooked with sous vide.
I've
before.
never in my life, no.
No, he's just watched lots of YouTube videos.
So you just heard about it and wanted to try it. Well,
I just watch all the sous vide channels, right? I never really paid close enough attention on how it works, just that they say, I've sous vide this steak. I'm like, ooh, you have? This is going to be good.
It
I
sounds
can't wait,
glamorous. It doesn't
Can't wait to
necessarily
see
look
that
glamorous.
cross-section, right? It's going to be amazing. So I get home. I got some ribeyes. I think they were like 220 ounces. I mean, they're pretty big steaks. One I had bone in on one and then bone out on the other for Katie. But I picked up asparagus, mashed potatoes, a French bread roll. So I thought for our Christmas Eve dinner we would have some good steaks, right? Katie's sister was coming over that night to hang out too, so I had to kind of make enough for everybody. But what I guess I didn't realize. So some sous vide machines have like you can buy like a bagging accessory piece that bags the meat for you. It seals it. So I don't have that. So instead, I just got a Ziploc bag.
Right. That
works. What I
Nothing
did is
wrong
I
with that.
Filled my water, right? And I thought, okay, I'm going to do this steak, right, at 130, 130 degrees for 2 hours or something like that, right? So I did the displacement sealing technique where I kosher salt, black pepper, fresh rosemary, right? Threw that in there, put it in the bag, dropped it down into the water, let it kind of disperse out all the air, sealed it, right? And then I didn't have any clips. Apparently, you also need clips for a sous vide
Clip
machine.
it onto the side.
So I didn't have the clips.
So it doesn't just float in the bottom.
I didn't know that. So I just kind kind of hung the bag over the racking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever.
If it works, it works.
And-
cheap thing. Go to the office supply store, get a little paper clip.
That's
things
what I was
that-
thinking.
yeah.
Just some like metal clips or
Yeah,
something.
little metal
So, but yeah, drop the steak in there, and I'm like, let's see what happens, right? So 2 hours. In those 2 hours, prepping other things, doing other things around the house, and by the time I was done, I pulled them out. Not appetizing the way they look, right?
You've just basically boiled meat.
It just looks, in fact, like boiled meat. And what's that? You need the bag sealing gizmo. They work great. I know. I know.
He's learned now.
I'll probably pick one up. But I pulled the meat out.
Yeah.
Didn't look great, right? But even Katie and her sister are like, ugh.
We're
I'm
gonna
like,
eat that?
just wait. I need to sear it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So did a little splash of oil into the pan, right? Threw in some more fresh rosemary, got it nice and hot. Dropped that steak in, laid it away from me, let it sizzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I start dropping sticks of butter into that thing. Slice the butter, and I start buttering that steak. A little bit more
French way.
kosher salt on top, right? My mouth's watering, letting that fat really sear off, kind of getting the angle
Yeah,
on the
you're not
pan.
trying to cook the meat.
No.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
trying
cook
to
it.
sear
Just trying
the
to
outside.
sear the outside, right?
Right.
Get a good sear on everything. After I seared one side, flipped to the other. Now, what threw me off, though, is that, like, as I'm searing the first piece, Katie's sister goes, just so you're aware, I like my steak well done.
That's not what we're doing here.
And I was like, wait, then why did I do that? I would have just baked your steak on the, in the oven or on the grill or something if that's what if you didn't care about this. And
Today you're
she's
gonna
like,
like something
she's like,
different.
no pink. So I had to I cooked the whole steak again.
Yeah, you had to cook it again.
Cooked the whole steak again on the thing. Anyway,
Refried steak.
then I did mine, right?
Yeah.
So there is a technique. You really are just searing it.
Yeah.
I'm talking like
It's a few seconds.
few seconds. You're not doing it for very long. I did not know that. I thought it was definitely more of like maybe a minute or two on a side. And then I started watching videos, and I got more confused because people have torches.
yeah.
Using like butane torches or whatever they got. I don't have one of those.
You're making a steak, not a creme brulee.
Yeah. So I need to invest into a torch
Right.
to really up my steak game.
Well, all these
Yeah.
things, all these great new kitchen appliances coming to Tony's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Gonna be great.
So, but anyway,
working on
it was really good. Like what I found though, the difference in this is that the steak is very tender, right? Regardless of probably the cut, maybe you
Yeah.
get. I think it really just does a better job of.
Evenly distributed.
It's more tender, but I was able to just grab that meat and break it in half.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how soft it was.
You don't need a
And,
steak knife now. You can do it with a butter knife.
Yeah, there's no toughness to this meat.
No.
So
Nice.
I was very happy with the sous vide process. I will be doing more of this.
A little more
I would like
research.
to experiment with
A
chicken.
little more R&D.
I'd like to experiment with other things, eggs, chicken, things like that. So that was
Graham
that
says
night,
his
right? It
wife's
was
cooking
pretty. Wife's currently cooking steak as you speak. Right on, man. So yeah, it was a good night though. It was chill. We just kind of hung out, had a little bit of dessert. Katie's sister brought over the finest donuts, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
From our friends at the gas station.
Nice.
I was going to
And-
say hostess.
Delicious
I
treat.
presume.
But then my neighbors stopped by, right? And they said, hey, we don't know if you've already had dessert, but we've brought you these homemade, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
It looks like a loaf of bread, but it's filled with like a jelly or like a preservative, right? But it's like, I don't know what it was, right? But it was an apricot or not apricot. What's the other peach? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a peach. It was a peach rum whiskey jelly, right?
Oh.
With like this outside like cakey thing.
But it looks
with-
like a loaf of bread.
it looks like a loaf of bread, right? But on the inside, it's got this moist cake with this jelly that was like some type of like whiskey rum peach. That was the peaches were from their peach trees,
That
right?
sounds incredible.
I sliced into this thing. I had a bite of that. I died,
Game over, right?
right? So
You're like, this is all
so
me now.
I ate 3/4 of it, right? Not good, right?
Yeah.
Because I was already like, wow, I'm really full.
That'll destroy
And
you.
then it was about 2 hours later, as I'm just sitting there trying to like digest this food, Dane says, hey,
Bring
I'm
in the
dropping
seafood
off some
Fantasia."
seafood Fantasia. And I said,
Oh, that's what happened.
and I said, I'll eat it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Give
Bring
a
it
good-
on.
I'll give it a good home.
Let's do it.
no.
Let's give
Great
it, let's give
puppy.
it a shot.
Not a problem.
Needless to
over.
say, I need to start my
Playing
weight
with
loss
fire.
plan.
You are playing with fire.
Well,
Probably now.
Well, we do have our UK cut coming up January 1st.
Yep.
Is it when does it start? January 1st.
Starting at January 1st.
Is that when it starts?
That's when we're going to start it.
Is it going to go for
UK
6
cut.
months again?
It's going to go for 6 months.
Oh my god.
That's
well,
right.
Nick
The
says
third
when we
is
come back,
actually
the
come
3rd,
back.
January 3rd. When we get back, we're going to start. We'll weigh ourselves and see where we're
Okay.
at to start.
Yeah.
And then we'll get this party started.
Okay, deal. But from there, though, so then Saturday morning, Christmas morning, right? It's cool. What I've been doing, I've been pulling out my camera and filming things like home video style.
Right, yeah.
And Katie's been laughing at me because it's like very impromptu. I just pull it out and I say, I say like it's Christmas or things like that. And she's like, Katie's like, I can't tell you're going to be video. I'm like,
so here's what I'm going to do.
to.
Here's what I'm going to, as someone who didn't do enough of that,
Yeah.
with 2 kids who are older. Carly used to do that. She'd take all the videos off of her phone that she took of the babies and created a YouTube channel. You can create a private YouTube channel for
and it
yourself.
just lives there.
And then you have a place to deposit those.
Mm-hmm.
But what's great is you have it there. So like 2 weeks ago, my kids put that in on YouTube. And we watched a bunch of videos from when they were little. Yeah. And they're all, some of them are 15 seconds, some are 1 minute, some are whatever. But they're just random videos of them doing it. Like Hadley's first bath I gave her when we were home. Like under the sink. Like I have that video.
Yeah.
I have a video of Augie when he's 2.5 yelling, "My turn! Go inside and give me a wham quacker." Like those are fun. So I agree. Do what you're doing. Keep doing it, but make sure you also have a place to store it so that you can, because you'll go back and you and Katie will watch and go, "Oh my gosh, do you remember that Christmas 10 years ago?" It'll hit you. It's gonna be a good spot.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a lot of that just to I don't know, just to do it right, because I feel like if I don't do it, I think it's too easy to do stuff on phones sometimes.
Yeah,
and sometimes you forget that you have that option. Or it's like, or it's like you do like a Snapchat, or you do something like a story post, and it's gone forever. I'm like, I want to have some like good hard copy stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I filmed it. It's been really fun, and I'll probably like when I edit it, maybe, or not edit it, but like just export it onto something. I might add like the VHS effects.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're like, was this on a V? And I'm like, no.
The video was better, but I made it worse on purpose.
Yeah. I wanted to age it.
Now it's 320.
But it was a good Christmas morning. I mean, we hung out, opened stockings. I filmed that, and we Katie really got me some good stuff. So what I found out, right? This is the secret, right? In order for Anthony to get all the stale gummies that he could ever want,
correct.
All you have to do is go to the World Market. Where they've had gummies, right? Such as that looks like a piece of bacon.
In random,
that's a sour
that
strip.
looks
but gummies
like
that have sat there for years,
not airtight.
not airtight.
Yeah.
That was just
they're already stale.
They're from all over the country, right?
Oh,
They've staled out.
Yeah.
That's where you get the good
literally
gummies.
everyone avoids those except for you.
So
you
Katie's
found yourself
like,
a honey hole.
So Katie's like, I went to World Market and I got you all the stale gummies I could find. She's like, sorry, the Haribo ones just weren't stale enough. I was a little upset.
Yeah, but you've got your own dry aging process.
And I said,
there's
nothing, it's nothing I can't fix with about 3-4 months worth of time and a little crack of that seal. So I got some good stuff. I got some AirPods. I got the Pros, right? Life changing.
Nice.
I didn't know how great those were.
Yeah.
Honestly, as
Spatial
a
audio,
normal
noise cancel.
AirPod user, the AirPod Pros, I understand now why people get them. They're pretty amazing. But I did that, and then after that, I got some Xbox headphones, things like that. I got Katie an array of Lush stuff from what's it called?
Like bath
Lush
bombs.
It's like
kinda
bath
stuff.
bombs, homemade stuff. Ocean salt is what we like to use around the house, right? It's the most expensive salt that you'll ever put on your skin to soften up in the shower, right? Just don't get it in your eyes; it does sting. I got her some the Lulu orange leggings, right? Not to be confused with Lululemon.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to like toe the line
or
without actually crossing it.
LuLaRoe.
No, I got her.
It's LEW.
I got her some like Lululemon leggings, and of course, like I get the wrong size. Like it's like the short size. I don't know, man. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I can't sit there and measure them. They stretch.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I did that. I got her some good stuff, and then Lucy obviously got a ton of stuff from family, and that was really, really cool. But no, it was a really chill day. I would say overall Christmas, like the morning was really nice. We had I made breakfast. We eggs, turkey bacon, stuff like that. I ate the rest of that cobbler thing, whatever it was. And then we went over to Katie's grandparents' house for a full day of games, right? Games of chance and skill, playing Secret Hitler on Christmas.
That's your favorite Christmas game that you guys
It's
play.
one of my favorite Christmas games, right? The
It's
only
just
thing that
Mafia by another name.
the only things that could have made Secret Hitler better was probably a take and bake pizza from Papa Murphy's.
Hawaiian and a cheese.
So, but I love my wife's family. I love them to death. They're amazing, right? They're so funny. They're so fun to hang out with. But there's a couple of traditions that with them that I cannot get behind, right? Cold ham.
Right.
I'll never get behind cold ham. Yes.
Is it literally what it sounds like?
It's cold ham, Dane.
Dinner with a ham that is cold.
Is it ham from the night before that was hot?
It is a ham
yes, Nick,
that
a
has
ham sandwich
sliced
is a thing, and
that
it's
is just
oftentimes
cold. It's
I get
served
that.
cold.
I understand that.
Do you know what I'm saying right
Yeah,
now?
that's still
Having
okay.
ham by itself.
But I'm
with
just asking if it's the
no
ham. Is it leftover
condiments?
ham from the night
No,
before?
it's
just
normal
cold
red
ham.
vessel.
It's
sliced
cooked
ham.
ham. It's just they serve it cold.
That's weird.
I mean,
with grapes.
that just makes me feel like I'm at like a potluck or a buffet where everything has been sat out too long. And
Yeah, but I also,
here's a
like-
ham.
No,
we left
I
the
just,
burner off for 3 hours.
it counteracts the hot from like the mashed potatoes and the cream corn.
Oh, I see
and,
what you mean. Yeah.
and
Okay.
all that stuff. So
Okay.
I'm eating this, and then I
Don't
bite.
get me wrong; it still tastes good. It's just that I don't care
cold.
for that. If it's
I
my
want
choice,
warm
then-
ham, but I also don't even like ham for meals like that.
Well,
I'm not a
no,
ham
there
guy.
we disagree. I think ham's
I
great.
delicious.
I just don't think it's that good.
Big fan of ham.
Love ham.
Hot
I
or
think-
cold.
I'll take ham over turkey.
Why is
any
ham considered to be a celebratory meat?
Yeah. Because it is so delicious. It's the candy of all
No,
meats.
Yeah. Do
it's
you like
it's
bacon?
not. Where does ham come from?
Pigs.
Pigs.
Yes, that's
It's the back of a pig.
sick.
Delicious.
No,
So I guess if you never had bacon again, you would
okay.
just be
Bacon
okay
is
with
on a different level, Dane. Bacon is delicious.
Bacon is also very good for you. Helps your heart.
No, not
Helps
really.
get the
No, it's
blood
not.
moving
I'm not
in the
entirely
mornings.
sure.
No, I don't agree with that unless you're maybe just eating
information,
fats. But I would say though, but I love them to death. But there's a couple traditions, like I said, that
cold ham.
and then I also cannot sit for extended periods of time for board
game
games.
sessions.
Oh.
I've told people
They're
this before in the
Some
past.
families really
They-
like that tabletop.
Oh, they
game kind of
love
thing.
tabletop board games. Anything tabletop, taboo. They'll play for hours and hours and hours. I'm too anxious.
Yeah.
I have to be moving all the time. So we knocked out Secret Hitler. Played a couple rounds of taboo, and then I said, "All right, guys, let's get some presents open."
Yeah.
So I got a Razor scooter, right, full sized, adult sized Razor scooter.
with
That was my big
Air
Christmas
tires
gift.
with rubber tires.
Man size, not child
I
size.
am stoked on that. So that
Pretty
was
dope.
cool.
We all took rips around
And-
it.
It
Today.
takes
Very nice.
air in the tires. That's how serious it is.
Pneumatic.
It actually has.
Pneumatic. That's
real
what you
tires.
call those tires. And but yeah, so after that, I went home actually. Me and Katie typically take separate cars when we
Right.
go to her grandparents' house.
Right, 'cause she wants
Do you
to
want to know
stay.
why? Because I left there at 7. I left, dropped some presents off over at my sister's place. Right, went and saw her for a little bit. She was exposed, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So she didn't get sick. She's not sick currently, but she was like, "Dude, got exposed. Can't do anything for Christmas." Right? My parents my parents were there a little bit earlier, so I went and dropped her off her gifts, talked to her from the front porch, hung out with her for a little bit, and but I got home at like 7:38.
Yeah.
My wife was there at their house until 1:00 in the morning.
Wow.
We got there
Some
at 1.
families are
So
just
she was there
like
for 12 hours, right?
Yeah. Did you take the baby with you?
No,
She had the baby
I
there.
She had the
was
baby.
about to ask.
She had,
Yeah,
she had the
who had
baby.
it?
So I got home, hung out. Right, my stomach was so jacked up from all the
food,
stuff I've been
yeah.
eating. So I just kind of lay low. And then yesterday was pretty chill. It was just kind of a day of kind of going out and playing. Doing some fun stuff, playing with some of my toys, played some video games. Watched some TV, watched some shows, watched Hawkeye, finished that. Good show.
Yeah.
It's a fun
just
show.
Heart,
It's fun.
good
Yeah.
heartfelt show.
Is it the best ever? No, but is it fun? Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, but overall, yeah, yesterday was pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of a day of relaxing and kind of playing with more stuff and then building some things that my daughter got, toys. It's easy now
Yeah.
because it's just a matter of clipping things in. But I feel like down the road,
Yeah, it's gonna get harder.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a little more complicated, but she had a great Christmas, and everything was good. So that's what I
Nice.
got.
Well,
JB asking the question, Levi, what are the names of your favorite Nordic bands that you're listening to? Looking for some new music in 2022. The only band I listen to is Wardruna.
Are they actually Nordic though?
Yes.
They are. Oh.
So the Einar, the lead, the main
his
guy,
name's Einar, yeah.
he basically used to be a frontman for a very large heavy metal band.
yeah.
Then he transitioned and created this folk music, but it's
Okay.
very like battle ready.
It's intense.
It's
but
fun.
Instrumentals are a little.
It's
more,
instrumental. It's beautiful. It's very soothing for
Yeah.
me. I find it very soothing. I'm very excited to ignite the forge and have those playing in my headphones and just enjoy the
Any bagpipes
cold.
or no?
No, but a lot of yaller horns and,
Okay.
and things
Okay.
of that
So there's
nature.
still some, like, wind
yeah, very
instrument.
very nice. A lot of drums.
Of course, yeah. Gotta
but
have the big booming.
yeah, but I start off. Grab your if you've got an iPhone, Apple Essentials, Wardruna. This is just good. Then you can kind of deep dive from there. The other thing I do is tune in radio. I listen to the Norsk channels. So I listen to a lot of the radio from over there. It's just kind of fun. It's fun to get the ads. The other day I was driving to work and I was listening to it, and it was Christmas music, all in Norwegian.
You get an ad for
It
like
was like-
surströmming or
But
something.
it was like
or-
jingle bells
I don't
and
know how to
like all those types, like
Yeah.
traditional Christmas songs, but
Yeah.
in Norwegian. It was kind of fun to listen to. I just been enjoying it. I listen to that mostly to try and continue to get my ear right for the speech, because Carly and I'm still
Yeah.
learning Norwegian, and it's something fun to do, and so that's why I have it. But the Wardruna is hilarious because Augie and I got in the car yesterday and we're driving, and it starts playing, and we get out, and Augie is still humming along and singing in Norwegian, like to the song. And I was like, "What are you singing?" He's like, "I don't really know." And I was like,
It's just in my soul now.
Yeah, it was just funny. And then this morning I was telling Anthony we had a large snowfall last night, so we got about 4 inches at my house.
It actually stuck.
Yeah,
I'm happy about it.
so
Yeah.
I was getting the snow off the Suburban,
Yeah.
and I had the door open and the Suburban running, and I was getting the rest of the snow off because I had climbed up on the roof to reach the front of the windshield, or climbed up on the side, and all of a sudden my phone connected to that point that I had forgotten about last night that Augie and I were listening to, but my volume was up. It got to a part, it started right on the horn blast, and it was so loud, it scared the crap out of me because it just went. It was just it was pretty cool. But it was fun to hear the drums start going and the beats and
I
stuff
guess
while I was cleaning the snow off the Ragnarok.
Technically, you could look up the Viking show soundtrack and put one of those songs into a radio style playlist and just let it figure out.
I do
the
that.
rest from there.
I've done that with Pandora with Sigur
Yeah.
Rós, which is another band. They're the ones that do the Viking theme song.
Yeah,
Sigur
and
Rós.
I'm sure it gave you lots.
But
of
anyway,
stuff.
point is, Wardruna, it's fun. JB, enjoy. I think you'll like it. I think it's. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of fun to listen to driving to work.
Yeah, and figuring out your battle techniques,
you
your battle
hyped.
plans.
It's allowed me to think more.
Yeah.
I've only been doing it for a couple weeks, but it's allowed me to kind of focus.
It's
Ho-
your
hone
new
in.
What I need to
classical
do.
music.
Yeah,
for your
it's-
brain. It's
Basically,
doing
it
the
works
same
for my
thing.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Wow.
Well, that's
Ricardo,
it. I mean,
thank you,
Yeah,
by
it was
the
it.
way.
So everybody had a great holiday season. I mean, it seemed like everybody, it was all positive stuff, which is really, really good. And so we're looking forward to the new year. We will touch up on maybe some New Year's resolutions, maybe this Q&A Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? We'll
Yeah.
we'll have a chance to talk about that and have some fun. And then, Fridays comes around. Maybe we'll be able to get off a little bit early, right, for our New Year's Eve's plans. See what's going to happen,
Possibly,
right?
that'd be nice.
We'll talk about that on Thursday. We don't have to talk about it now.
There we
But exciting. So, Dane, take it away.
exciting.
Take it home.
All right, guys. Well, this was a lovely episode. Hopefully, all of you watching here enjoyed the recap, and I hope that all of you and your families had a safe and happy and warm holidays as well, whether it's Christmas or something else. Whatever you did, hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the Rag Company YouTube channel, as well as our other two channels, the FAQ channel and the the podcast channel, which is what you're watching right now. Hit subscribe if you haven't done it already. What are you waiting for? We put these out every week, and this is how you know when they come out. So thank you for that in advance. As far as the rest goes, guys, stay safe. We will see you on Q&A Thursday over at the main channel. Until then, have a great week.
See ya.
See ya.